Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Phantasmagoria. Last we left off, we had seen a rather grisly, horrific scene, and we had discovered this telescope over here that did not appear to work. It appeared to be missing a lens. Fortunately for us, we happened to find what appears to be a lens on the way over here.
Although unless you inspected it up close, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, but rather convenient that we did find it on the way over here.
Yeah, somehow it stayed, nearby after years and years of disuse.
Yeah. So we go and look through the telescope to see what's so fascinating about the house. Hey, now there's Malcolm's tower over there, but what's with that window?
It's that other window there by the tower room.
Yeah, that's my question too.
Wasn't wasn't there a wall there?
Yeah, a wooden wall. There shouldn't be a window there at all. Oh gosh. Well, that out of the way, let's go back into the greenhouse. The spade is noticeably missing. But hey, there's a big pot over here. Let's go check it out. Oh! Oh my gosh!
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
One
Unless
would
you're in
hope.
this house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one would hope not. Oh. Oh! It's...
Oh my god.
It's
It's
eyes that apparently petrified along with the rest of the skull, too.
Yeah. That's Hortensia. Well, what... Why did he take her apron?
And why was it in the room with the painting?
Maybe he kept it for memento's sake. Remember that time I stabbed her in the face and killed her?
Those
Yeah.
were good times.
Yeah. Well, now I guess that question mark has been answered. In the
Yeah?
family tree. Alright, and we've done all that we can do out here. That was the entire purpose for this whole area.
To show you a grisly death scene and let you see a window that shouldn't exist.
Mm-hmm. Although at least interesting things are starting to happen. Outside of apparently trying to cross the log.
Well, kind of in the grand scheme of things, interesting things have been happening, just very, very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't consider a floating ball of ectoplasm above a baby's crib interesting, I don't want to know what goes on in your daily life.
Wonder who that could be.
Oh, quick! Run! It's the plot! Or maybe it's her delivery of common sense, much belated.
She'd better run. She doesn't need any of that now. We'd never finish this game.
Well, I don't know. I'd like this game to end a little early if this is the direction things are going in. So we intentionally avoid going to see what's going on because I wanted to make sure to check through the house to see if there was any more of Harriet that we could spot. And so I go down into the den, and here she is. Doing her job.
Happily dusting away.
Yeah, actually
In
doing
much the same way she sweeps, too.
Well, true.
Looks good.
Thanks.
It's not creepy at all that you come over to comment on her dusting, Adrian. Well, I suppose she's amazed that anyone does housework. But anyway. And we enter over this area and we do see the person that pulled up, but like I said, we're going to avoid him for now. And go upstairs to continue the hunt for Harriet.
Who will mysteriously teleport from room to room now.
Well, there is an answer for that, but I don't want to spoil that. Possible answer, anyway. Oh!
Adrian, who is that woman? Who is she?
That's Harriet.
I don't want her around our house, so you had better get rid of her.
Yeah. Adrian? Get the fuck
Just
out
a
of the
little
house.
over the top, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I would. And that would be in conjunction with what he did to her earlier that morning.
Yeah, this is the point in time where you go, okay, he's even taking into account the fact that his brain is probably bruised and hasn't been medically treated. That's a little bit too much.
I would get out of the house ASAP.
Yeah.
And here's here's Harriet, not Hadrian.
Everything okay?
Yeah, things is fine.
Who apparently does not know what a dustbuster is.
Left her computer
I
on?
didn't. No, I absolutely did not.
Well, anyway, I turned it off.
You what?
Well, Spaz was clearly snooping around on her computer.
But
You
an
can
old
figure out
style
how-
computer with the power in the
Need any
back.
help?
Nope.
Yeah, I can see how that could be
I can
perplexing.
handle it.
She can figure out how to work out a computer that, well, is much more difficult by today's standards to operate, but she can't figure out a dustbuster.
That's what's got me good. I don't even understand.
Alright. And now is she in the restroom? Yes, she is! Hello, Harriet.
Harriet? Any questions?
What the hell is this?
I
Good.
think it's a bathtub.
You think it's a bathtub? I should hope you would know. I mean, there's no other bathroom in this house, and you've been here for at least a few days.
But it is a pretty valid question.
It is. Another one is, why are you still here? I saw your husband earlier, and he seemed rather unimpressed by me. But, you know, these are questions that Adrian will not answer for herself. And she will
No.
not ask, actually. Probably because her common sense has not yet been delivered. Let's go meet the delivery man. See if we can get some common sense in place. So let's have a chat with this man.
You must be installing the phone.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Mike. Your caretakers let me in.
Oh, great. I'm going nuts without a phone.
Yeah, I can understand that.
The days before cell phones, folks.
This is quite a place you got here, ma'am.
Adrian. Yeah, it is quite a place, isn't it?
With lots of ghosts and
I better get
everything.
back to work.
Okay.
Hey, Adrian! It's a man! With a car!
The car has a passenger seat.
Take a
And
hint.
ostensibly a full fuel tank.
Or at least enough to get you into town. Or further. Oh well. Well, we did get the hint to go check out what's going on upstairs in the attic. Check out, you know, why there isn't a window in that spot. And that is actually one of the other points, you know, in this chapter, is to not only see the first of quite a few horrific images, actually, but also to figure out what's going on here. To further explore the house. Let's see, this is wood. Knock on wood.
Sounds like pretty solid wood.
Yeah. How can we get through that? Can we use the fire poker? No, we cannot. Can we use the hammer? Yes, we can.
So I guess the whole making a mess thing is no longer a problem.
Can we break this? Yes, we can! And that wood seems awfully thin.
It's about as thick as cardboard, or at least that's what it looks like.
Or balsa wood.
You can still have thick balsa wood, but this just looks like the little decorative paneling or something.
And yet pushing on it before didn't work. Apparently she found the magical key plank of wood or something with her hammer.
You know, she could make a ton of money in Vegas as a demolition expert.
And making a mess. And you notice how we've been able to have this whole conversation while she attacks this wall. It's because they didn't want to waste a single bit of their precious footage of things that they recorded.
Even as sped up as it looks like.
Oh yeah, even if, and imagine, remember, when we originally had to play this game, that wasn't sped up like that. We had to sit there and wait for her to do all that, or we could skip it. But the first time through, why would you skip that? Something important might happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, we now have an entryway into this extra area.
Yeah, skipping things the first time through in Sierra games is never a good idea.
There's a set of portraits. Well, I recognize Hortensia there. And hey, it's that woman that was in the mirror, the alternate reflection, with the dark hair and the blue dress.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's odd. And it's a mirror, and it highlights. It's important that we check this out. Now, I don't know how well it's going to show up in the video here, but the thing behind her, the wooden structure, should be rippling a little bit, or should have been. But of course she doesn't notice that either way. Maybe it's low res where she is too.
Could be.
But of course she doesn't notice that because it's much more important to continue adjusting her hair and clothes in the mirror. But there's a trunk over here.
She still wants to look pretty.
Yeah. And she opens it. Just in case we were concerned that it might have been locked.
Well, she still has 2 keys on her.
True. Well, there's a little, a cameo. A 19th century cameo.
An antique, as it were.
Indeed.
Yeah,
She's-
nobody cares.
Well, she smartly, actually packs it away in her pocket. And there's a little locket.
Amazing. Creepy giggling.
Out of nowhere. Well, she keeps the brooch, but she doesn't keep the locket.
I wouldn't keep it either. That giggling would keep me up at night.
That's true. But there is a diary. Notice how she stands up after she's done with the locket?
Yeah, I was just about to say, every time you're done with this chest, she stands up, whether or not you've still got other items to go through.
Well, it's a diary, though. You gonna say anything about it? You gonna read, Adrian? Hi?
She's looking for pictures.
September 14th, 1889. Dear Diary, I grow increasingly fearful of Zoltan. I feel the burn of his eyes upon me as he watches my every move. Did my little girl have such fears? Did she suffer when he snuffed out her baby life? Oh, how could people believe him when he said it was an accident? It was no accident. But, dear diary, Zoltan wasn't always like this. I remember, not so long ago, when he was loving and gay. He was overjoyed when Sophia was born. I know, I remember. But after his trip to Paris last year, he changed. Something happened to him. I don't know what. Now, all I have left are my plants. I spend most of my time in my greenhouse, as far away as I can get from Zoltan's ever-watchful eyes.
And we're just about out of time for this installment of Let's Play Phantasmagoria, but I hope to see you next time.
Take care, everyone.